Coliseum or here in the friendly confines of the University Event Center.
Tyler Pope and Jerry Nagopo tipping it away, and the tip was won by ULM, but off we go here from San Marcos. The Warhawks 7-20, 2-10 on the road this year, 3-11 in Sun Belt Conference play. It's good for 13th in the conference standings. Now the Bobcats have the ball for the first time, although they have seen the return of Tyrone Morgan and Mark Drone. They are without Caden Gums tonight, so Drew Drennan at point guard for Texas State.
And this will be the third straight game they're missing Caden Gums. Hopefully he'll be available soon. They really miss him having his leadership at that point guard, but they're very fortunate to have Drew Drennan.
Tyler Pope scores the first basket of the night for Texas State. Bolden, Watson, Willis, Nagopo, and Young the starters for ULM. Pull-up jumper short from Colty Young. And now look at the Bobcats starting five. Dawson, Morgan, Pope, Turner, and Drennan for head coach Terrence Johnson. Tyler Pope again inside scores. Tyler Pope for ULM nothing.
Yeah, Pope is really getting deep inside position. He's doing his work early. And again, a great pass there by Christian Turner, getting at the ball at the right time where he's able to get an easy bucket.
Followed up his 22-point game against ULM with a 20-point, 15-rebound effort in the overtime loss at South Alabama. Shot clock down to 10. And a turnover for the Warhawks. Here's Tyrone Morgan flying inside of the shot block, but that's a goaltend against Jalen Bolden.
A great job transitioning from defense to offense for the Cats. Way to get out and run. You had Drennan, Pope, and Morgan just sprinting down the floor with a 3-on-1.
First basket tonight for Tyrone Morgan, who made his return to the lineup last week in Monroe. 6-0 Texas State. Bolden pulls up. Can't connect in a three.
When Texas State right now, they've really gone exclusive, that high-low look inside to Pope. This will be the first possession they've had a little more, had to do some other things other than just a dump from top down.
Here's Dylan Dawson. Shot clock to 10. Now Tyrone Morgan from the corner. Short on a three. Got his own miss. Can't stick it back in, but another offensive rebound, this time from Christian Turner.
A really good board work by Texas State. That's been something they've done well all season long.
Turner pulls up from the mid-range and connects. A game-opening 8-0 run for the Bobcats, leads to an early timeout from Keith Richard.
Coach Richard is not happy really about the defensive effort, but also the offense. If you look at the other end, the Warhawks have not really been, honestly, sharing the basketball. It's been guys going one-on-one or one or two passes and a quick shot. They've really got to challenge the defense of Texas State to guard in the half court. And at this point, they haven't really done that.
Meanwhile, for the Bobcats, offensively, great ball movement from them so far.
Yeah, they really have. They've moved the ball around side to side, made the defense of ULM adjust, and because of that, they've gotten some really high percentage shots.
Bobcats 4 assists on their 4 field goals. And out of the timeout, ULM's got the basketball, trailing 8-0.
And one of the things for Coach Richard is, when I say he has a short bench, it's a really short bench. You see 3 guys over there on the bench that are available tonight, and so you're going to see the majority of the minutes played by the guys that are on the floor right now.
Willis can't score for ULM. Rebound, Dylan Dawson. Turner pulls up for 3 and drills it. Not a player known for his three-point shooting. Hits his 3rd 3 of the season. It's 11-0 Texas State.
Yeah, when it rains, it pours, for the Cats. That's a good thing. Again, like you said, Christian Turner, that's not necessarily his go-to right there is the 3, but he's did a nice job that last possession, nailing it.
Tyrese Watson misses the answer 3. Back comes Texas State. Tylen Pope muscles his way inside, can't score. Tyrone Morgan, the putback. Wave off the tip in from Christian Turner, a foul first against the Warhawks.
Really like the interior guys with Turner, Pope, and Morgan, the way they are crashing the offensive glass so far in this ball game. They're getting Texas State multiple attempts. If they don't get the first one, they're getting other opportunities to put points on the board for the Cats.
One more free throw coming up for Tyrone Morgan, named preseason third team All Sunbelt Conference. Just about a month worth of action due to injury before returning last week. Knocks them both down. ULM trying to get its offense going right now.
Definitely is, and again, right now they've got to have a little more ball movement, do a better job screening, trying to get guys with a little bit of open to be able to take a better shot than they've gotten thus far against this stingy Texas State defense.
Mekhi Willis, a turnaround won't fall, but he's fouled. And that'll lead to free throws for the Warhawks. Mekhi Willis, senior from Tallahassee, Florida, drawing contact here against Christian Turner.
Way up, Christian Turner just got his hands down just a little bit out front, hit him on the shooting arm. Good call by the official. And as you mentioned, he's going to put Willis, give him an opportunity to get the Warhawks on the board.
Willis, big frame, 6'8", 245. A secondary transfer to ULM from Fairfield. And is coming off an 18.9 rebound game against Southern Miss. Goes 1 of 2 from the line, and ULM is on the board. Bobcats a 12-point lead on 5 of 8 shooting to start the game. Dawson works it inside to Pope, and Pope is fouled.
A really good ball movement there from Texas State. You know, we talked early in the open about the keys. Texas State needed to continue to have great player movement and ball movement, and you saw in that possession they did both of those very well. Going to get Pope to the free throw line.
Pope, one of the top foul shooters in the Sun Belt at 81%. That's good for third of the conference. And you see a scoring average of 16 points per game. That's fifth in the Sun Belt.
Well, in Texas State, one of the things they've done well all year long is offensive efficiency. You know, you look at this Bobcat team right now, they're leading the Sun Belt in field goal percentage, three-point percentage, and, of course, free throw percentage. This team, again, does a great job on the offensive end, sharing the basketball and getting those high percentage opportunities.
Backdoor play leads to a turnover for the Warhawks. Colty Young couldn't handle the pass. ULM so far 0-5 shooting and 2 giveaways. Tyrone Morgan drives with the left hand, can't finish. Rebound to Gopo. That shot doesn't go for Tyrese Watson, but he'll go to the free throw line when we come back. Texas State has opened the game on a 15-1 run. Christian Turner hitting a three-pointer for the Bobcats. And Texas State is on top by 14. We'll step away from San Marcos. It's all Texas State to start this one on ESPN+. Tyrese Watson to the free throw line for the Warhawks. Senior out of Philadelphia. Didn't play against Texas State last week, but did play Saturday against Southern Miss. Had a 23-point, 10-assist double-double. Goes 1 of 2 from the line. And a lane violation. Or maybe a foul. Yeah, it's a foul called here against Nagopo.
Yeah, I think they got a little push off there on Pope with Nagopo, and they got the foul. But yeah, with Watson back available for the Warhawks, that gives them definitely another weapon to score for them. Again, he's explosive. He's a really good combo guard for them. And so I know Coach Reesar's glad that he's available today against the Cats. See right now, the Warhawks have typically been a man-to-man team, but this year they're throwing some 2-3 zone at teams, as you just saw there, cross some turnovers and get teams out of rhythm. It's already paid dividends right now for the Warhawks.
Here's Watson. Works it out to Bolden. Now A.D. Dichu just checked into the game. 5 minutes gone by. ULM still looking for his first field goal. Shot clock to 10. Willis backs his way into the lane and scores to make it 15-4.
Yeah, Willis is a load man. When he gets in there close to the bucket, he is tough to handle. He's physical. He's got size, and again, he has a touch to score around the rim.
Tyrone Morgan, feeds it into Tylen Pope. Draws a bunch of defenders. And a tie-up is called, and Texas State will keep it. Well, Tylen Pope draws a lot of attention to the paint, doesn't he?
He really does. And again, he's been a great addition this year to Coach TJ's team. He definitely is an inside presence. He's a force to be reckoned with when he gets in the paint, and rightly so. When he gets in there, they're going to definitely double down on him.
Mark Drone into the game now for the Bobcats. Another player who made his return to the lineup for Texas State last week.
First game he came out and had a huge weekend on the road, had 30 against Southern Miss, and then missed games and came back. It was a nice three by Tyrell Morgan. Good to see him back to playing again. Texas
State's second three of the game. Morgan has 7. And the Bobcats have a 14-point lead. Pass deflected and taken away by Dawson. Dawson finds Pope cutting inside. Diju there to defend it for ULM.
He does a great job protecting the rim. Senior out of Senegal really did a nice job timing, blocking that Pope shot.
Bolden, the drive, turned there defensively for Texas State. Ball knocked out of bounds by the Bobcats. It'll stay with ULM. Bobcats have been playing really strong defense so far in this game.
Yeah, they have, and that's a trademark of Coach Johnson's teams. They're going to guard you. If they don't do anything at all, they are definitely going to guard you, and so they've done a good job this game of giving any easy shots to the Warhawks from the perimeter. That's why you see this 18-4 lead.
Here's Drone for Texas State. Now Tyrone Morgan. Shot clock down to 10. Morgan has it again. Here's Drone. Shot clock to 5. Trying to feed it inside to Sarugba, knocked away by the Warhawks. Bolden drives, spins, can't finish. Sarugba with the rebound for Texas State.
Really good defense there by Tyrell Morgan, moving his feet, contesting that shot, walling up at the rim. Made that a very difficult look.
Bolden knocks away the dribble from Drone. Turnover Texas State. And now Bolden lays it up, fouled. And the Warhawks have free throws coming up.
Bolden is a really improved player, for the Warhawks. He's their leading scorer right now. He's second rebounds, and he plays with a ton of tenacity, just relentless in everything he does. Really a hard hat guy. You see this attacking the rim there against Dawson, drawing the foul.
Bolden coming off a pair of big games last week, 20 points against Texas State, and then put up 24 in the win over Southern Miss. Junior out of Zachary, Louisiana. ULM's top scorer, more than 13 points per game. Knocks them both down. But a strong offensive start so far for the Bobcats. 55% shooting, on top by a dozen. There's Josh Agaro. Now Colton Benson against that ULM zone. Sarugba back into the corner to Agaro. Shot clock to 6. Drone drives, pulls up. And the rebound taken away by Christian Turner. Benson lets fly a long 3, short. Turner, another offensive rebound for the Bobcats. Now Drone lines up a 3, in and outs. Another offensive board for the Bobcats. Agaro with 3, no. And the rebound finally to ULM. Bolden drives, had it blocked by Benson, but a foul against Texas State.
You got to applaud the effort of the Bobcats that last possession. They had numerous good looks at the bucket and just could not get it to fall.
Timeout on the floor. 11:53 to go in the first half. Texas State on top by a dozen over the visiting ULM Warhawks. Jalen Bolden, moments ago, the junior out of Zachary, Louisiana, over 13 points, 6 rebounds per game, but also very good defensively, Suzanne. 56 steals, second most in the Sun Belt.
Yeah, he is, again, toughness and grit. He is the heart and soul of this Warhawk team. Does a little bit of everything, as you can see there by the stats, and, just really plays his tail off for Coach Richard.
4 20-point games this season to include a 25-point outing against LSU back in non-conference play. He's going to the free throw line here for the Warhawks with ULM trailing by a dozen. Holding 66% for the line this season.
The Warhawks have settled down a little bit on the offensive end now, and you see they've closed a little bit of that Texas State lead, and it also helps Texas State to sort of cool down from the field. Only hitting one of their last 8. They've really struggled with this zone that the Warhawks have changed to.
Under 12 to go in the first half. Austin Green. Now Garo. And Garo draws a foul.
It's always challenging when a team changes defenses from man to zone. Man, you're really aggressive, and a lot of times you have against the zone, your players relax and sort of get settled and just pass the ball around the perimeter. Don't look to really be aggressive and attack the paint. But you've got to have that same mentality regardless of what defense your opponent is in.
Shot clock out to 6. Benson. Shot clock to 3. Now Green didn't get the shot off in time. Turnover, Texas State, of the shot clock violation, the Bobcats' 4th. A good defense from ULM out of the zone of that possession.
Yeah, they've really been doing well since Coach Richard made that change. It has really sort of stifled the offense a little bit for Texas State, trying to find ways to get the ball in the paint and get some interior touches.
Here's Watson. On the take, goes all the way to the cup, can't finish, but a foul called against the Bobcats.
Yeah, they're going to get Drew Drennan there with a little too much body at the bucket there. And again, he is such a tough cuzzer. Watson is quick, really had a good change of direction there. Look there, right there. It was pretty good defense there by Drew Drennan, but just enough body. Watson drew enough contact to get himself to the line.
After Watson hit the first, one more coming up. And draws ULM to within 8. Bobcats 13-14, 6-8 in the Sun Belt, tie for 9th in the conference as Texas State turns it over. Watson up ahead to Bolden. Bolden had the ball knocked free by Benson, trying to save it in bounds, but he couldn't do it before stepping out himself.
Benson got to get out there and at least get his legs warm a little bit. This is his first game back. As we mentioned, he was out on the last road trip. And him being available again, getting him back in the groove. He's definitely that perimeter threat for the Cats.
Makai Willis pulls up off the heel of the iron. Brendan the rebound for Texas State. Austin Green. Had a block by Diju. Saved by Drennan. Now Morgan drives and he's fouled.
Diju is very difficult inside. He is definitely that rim protector. He's a big guy, 6'11". He's physical. He has great timing. And again, you've got to make sure you account for him on the interior. Look there, you got the foul. Looks like they got Bolden for that one.
Coming up at the halfway point of the first half. 8-point Bobcat lead. They've led by as many as 14. Shot clock to 10. Here's Tylen Pope. Pope against Watson. Jump pass into O'Garo. Lays it up too strong. Green shot blocked by Diju. Another 30-second shot clock violation. More solid defense by the Warhawks.
Yeah, unbelievable defense. Great job by them. Big block again by Diju. And again, continuing to play through the possession. They did a nice job Texas State, I thought they were going to get an easy bunny there, but again, ended up that a little too much steam on it from O'Garo.
Bobcats haven't scored in more than 4 minutes. They missed their last 8 shots on the floor, and during that stretch, 4 turnovers. Watson the drive, can't quite finish, but more free throws here for ULM. For the Warhawks, their offense has been the charity stripe so far.
It really has, Brant. You know, they've been putting the ball on the deck, drawing contact from the Bobcats, and getting themselves to the line, just really being fearless and attacking, trying to get to the rim, and that's paid dividends for them.
ULM 1 of 10 from the floor, but 8 of 10 from the charity stripe. Watson's already attempted 4 free throws, attempts 5 and 6 coming up. That'll cut the lead down to 7.
Texas State's got to, again, continue to work on the defensive end without fouling. A lot of these drives are coming in from the Warhawks. They're finding those creases in the Texas State defense and able to get too deep in the interior.
Makes them both. Watson has 5. 8-0 run for the Warhawks. A 6-point game. There's Christian Turner. Now Drew Drennan. And a reaching foul be called here against Tyrese Watson.
Unintentional. He was going for the ball and ended up hitting Drennan in the face. And so good call by the official.
The right there. That left hand.
Just got him a little too close.
In the corner, Tyrone Morgan works it back out to Drennan. Shot clocked out of 6. Now Christian Turner lines up another 3. Didn't touch the rim. Pope's putback won't go. Morgan is there for the stick back for the Bobcats. He has 9.
Yeah, really great. Again, Texas State sort of saved the day there with their offensive rebounding. You look right now, they've already had 10 offensive rebounds in this first half, and we're barely halfway through it.
Holden, foul to the act of shooting. So ULM will make yet another trip to the free throw line here.
Yeah, Bolden, when he turns the corner, he really gets those shoulders around facing the bucket, and he draws the contact there from O'Garo. Going to get himself to the free throw line. And again, Texas State is just sort of a step late, getting there, closing out, and not giving up that angle to the bucket.
Tonight, ULM look at even the season series against Texas State and to win back-to-back games for just the second time this year as Bolden hits the first. ULM coming off its first win of the month of February with its victory last week back at Fan Ewing Coliseum over the Golden Eagles. 1 of 2 for Bolden. Wild that 11 minutes into the game, ULM has made 1 field goal, yet only down by 7. Drew Drennan. Tyrone Morgan. Fade away against Bolden. Rattles off. Out of bounds. It'll go back to Texas State.
And you've got to tip your cap to this Warhawk defense. They really put it in another gear at the beginning of the game. Texas State sort of ran away with it. I think it was a 15-1 run. And since then, change of defense by Coach Richard, and then just the intensity and the physicality the Warhawks have shown really stepped up their defensive effort.
Here's Drew Drennan. Now Christian Turner. Jump pass to Pope, who thought Turner was shooting the basketball. Instead, Texas State turns it over for a 7th time already.
And that's really unusual. Coach Johnson's teams have been very good at valuing the basketball and not having a lot of turnovers. That's a high number already in the first half for the Cats.
Coming up at 8 minutes to go in a 7-point game here in the first half. Diju. Fouled by Tylen Pope. Not only the more free throws for the Warhawks when we come back. 7:57 to go in the first half. Texas State has led throughout, and the Bobcats currently hold a 7-point lead. Conference 5th leading scorer, in fact, in the Sun Belts, behind Adante Holloman, Denaje Harris, Miles Tate, and Cesar Edwards. Been quite the year so far for Tyler Pope in his first season at Texas State.
Yeah, he really has. He's done a great job on the offensive end for Texas State, especially making himself an interior presence for the Cats.
Front end of the 1-and-1 good for A.D. Diju. ULM's entire offense has been the foul line. 14 points. They've made 12 free throws, make it 13.
Like you said, it's amazing looking at the scoreboard, 20-15. Texas State leads, but only one field goal for the Warhawks. All the rest, as you mentioned, have come from the free throw line.
Makai Willis has made the only basket for ULM, but just a two-possession game. Tyro Morgan out to Drennan, lines up a three. Offensive rebound, Christian Turner. Another offensive board for the Bobcats. They have a dozen.
They have really working hard on the offensive glass.
Shot clock under 10 for O'Garo. Now Turner, shot clock down to 5. Wild shot goes for Christian Turner.
Man, he was sneaky quick on that one with a little up and under around the baseline. Great finish by Turner.
And Turner has 7. 7 minutes to go in a 7-point game. Shot blocked by Tyro Morgan. Here's Josh O'Garo for Texas State. The breakaway and the finish.
Just showing you that speed that O'Garo has in the open court. He just separated and just took off.
9-point game. Watson feeds it into Diju. Willis off the glass. Ends a field goal drought of 8 minutes for ULM. Bobcats the other way. O'Garo shovels it to Tyro Morgan. Back out to O'Garo for 3. Way off. And that's going back to ULM.
Really good action by the Cats. I like how deep in the interior that Morgan got, and he kicked it out. And again, they maybe could have had one more pass around, but it looked like O'Garo got his feet set. It was off.
6 minutes to go in the first half. Makai Willis, the fadeaway, short. Rebound Tyro Morgan. Now Tylen Pope. Back out to Morgan. Bobcats a 7-point lead. A near turnover. Morgan saves it to Christian Turner. Shot clock to 10. Turner pulls up. Rebound Makai Willis. Another well-defended possession there by ULM.
It really was. Great effort by Texas State to save it from going in the backcourt, but still come up empty.
Watching the pull-up, short. Rebound, Josh O'Garo, another breakaway, and another finish. Well, that's twice O'Garo's looked electric in the open floor.
He really did. I mean, he's able to just get up and down with ease. Really nice bucket there by Jalen Bolden. Nice reverse layup, slicing through the Texas State defense right down the middle of the paint.
Lead back down to 7, under 5 minutes to go in the half. Here's Christian Turner. Out to Tyro Morgan. Pulls up for 3. Got it. His second 3 of the game. Rebound margin 26-7.
Yeah, incredible. But you look at those extra opportunities Texas State has had by crashing the offensive glass, because they haven't shot the ball. About midways in this first half, they've really struggled to put the ball in the hole.
Here's Watson out to Bolden. Dishes it into the corner. Now Willis, fadeaway jumper, short. And O'Garo the rebound for Texas State.
Good defensive possession there by the Bobcats. Nice work at the top between O'Garo and Christian Turner to keep Bolden out of the paint.
Under 4 minutes to go in a 10-point game. Bobcats trying to sweep the season series as Benson pulls up for three and knocks it down.
A really good set there by Texas State. Sort of a diagonal up screen and then a down screen for Benson to come off of, and he can separate. And again, if you give him an inch, he'll take a mile from that three-point line.
Benson's first three of the game. Bobcats a 13-point lead. Long three, Colty Young can't respond. Offensive rebound by Kai Willis, and fouled by the Bobcats. That'll lead to free throws for ULM. Warhawks down by 13 points, 32-19 Texas State on top. How about Josh O'Garo for the Bobcats? A couple of breakaways, a couple of dunks, and Texas State leads by 13 over the Warhawks here in San Marcos. Bobcats on top 32-19. They've drilled 4 threes in this game, the latest from Colton Benson making his return to the lineup after missing the 2 games last week for Texas State. And it's 32-19, Bobcats on top.
Yeah, and again, it's good to see Benson back out there. He's been a real key component for the Cats. You know, you've got to have that inside-outside combination to keep teams honest, and Benson definitely does that when he's on the floor.
Out of the timeout, free throws for Makai Willis. Misses the first. Well, ULM on pace to shoot about 40 free throws this game. That was their 18th attempt of the Knights, and it cuts the lead down to 12.
Yeah, they have really done a great job of driving at Texas State, drawing fouls, and getting to the free throw line.
Here's Benson, pulls up for another three. That one way off. Nate Deere the rebound, but lost control of the basketball. Taken away by Watson. Bolden the drive, blocked by Christian Turner.
Yeah, great rotation by Christian Turner on that play.
Now O'Garo dishes out to Drennan. Out to O'Garo, open three. Rattles off. Rebound Makai Willis.
Like Texas State, they're moving the basketball around. They're moving it side, top side, making the defense have to work. But I think they may be falling in love a little too much with that three. Take a couple dribbles in, get those easy 15-footers.
Colty Young gets a three for ULM for the Warhawks, their first three of the game.
Yeah, and Colty Young, he's a shooter, transfer from Jackson State. Over 67% of his shots are threes, so when he gets it, he is a deadly shooter from the three-point line. Second
best three-point shooter in the Sun Belt. Colton Benson answered three, no. Makai Willis rebounds it for ULM. 2 minutes to go. Bobcats on top by 9.
And if you're the Warhawks right now, you've got this under double digits. You want to keep carving into this lead before halftime.
Bolden, corner three, short. Rebound Colton Benson.
Great job by Benson there, pursuing the rebound, being tough without the ball and getting it.
A lot of 1-0 offense for ULM tonight. Just 2 offensive rebounds for the Warhawks. The Bobcats have 14. Drennan lines up a three and knocks that one down.
Yeah, Drennan has really played well this year. You know, he was out with some injury early and came back in, and you know, he is just a veteran player for Coach Johnson. Does a great job. Really shot the three ball extremely well this year.
Colty Young, contested shot, won't fall. Real offensive rebound, putback goes for ULM. It cuts the lead down to 10. Bolden credited with the basket there for the Warhawks. Benson long three, got it. His second tonight, and Texas State is raining threes in the first half. That's their 6th.
Back-to-back threes, one by Drennan, then another one there by Benson. Again, stretching this lead out now. The 13 for the Cats.
30 seconds to go in the half. Watson feeds it inside to Diju. Travel called first against Tyrese Watson. Now the Bobcats looking for one more quality possession before we end the first half.
Yeah, they're going to take it down to probably under 10 here before they get that look. You don't want to give the Warhawks another opportunity to score.
Bobcats are leading at the half this season 9-2, dating back to last year 23-5. Here's Benson, pulls up another three, shorts. A whistle on the rebound. And this is against ULM. And Keith Richard is hot about it.
Yeah, he is. He is very hot about it. It's going to put Texas State at the line for 1-1. You know, and you got to give credit right there to Nate Deere because he went to the glass, and that forced Bolden to have to put a body on him, and that's what they called. They got Bolden for trying to hold Deere off at the rebound.
And the front end is good for Deere. He's got one more coming up. ULM has taken 18 free throws in the first half. The Bobcats have taken 4. Make it 5. And there's 6 for 6 for the line now as Deere hits the second. Benson steals the inbounds pass, puts up a 3 at the buzzer, and that'll do it. To end the first half from San Marcos. Texas State, some hot shooting for the
15 of them were offensive boards that gave Texas State opportunities for additional points, and so just a great job by Texas State working the boards.
Second half underway with the Bobcats on top by 15. Here's Mekhi Willis against Christian Turner. Now Watson spins, pulls up, off target, battle for the rebound, won by Drennan. And now Drennan has a breakaway. Colty Young chasing him from behind, but Drennan beats him to the cup and lays it in.
It looks like there's going to be a timeout on the floor. When Tyrese Watson came down, it looked like he may have injured himself. I'm not sure if it was a leg injury, but he definitely is slow to get up.
Watson, who did not play against Texas State last week, looks like he's going to come out of the game. And they'll look at him at the trainer's table. Micah Castor comes into the game in place of him.
He had a good game against Texas State last time, scored 11 points off the bench. Freshman there from McIntosh, Alabama.
Off the miss from Bolden. Texas State the ball on top by 17, and Pope lays it in.
Yeah, great find there by Dylan Dawson, and again, great job by Tylen Pope running rim to rim.
Bolden against Tyro Morgan. Colty Young with it. Shot clock to 10. Looking for Nagopo. He's got it. Off the pump fake with the left hand. It just comes off. Rebounded by Tylen Pope. He crashes into Bolden.
I think they're going to get Bolden for the foul, pulling down Tylen Pope to the ground. And so just a common foul. It's going to be Texas State basketball.
Bolden seconds. Look at the battle for the boards here, and there you see it. Dragged him down by that right shoulder. Bobcats the ball on a 19-point lead, their largest tonight.
And looking for that high-low action between Turner and Pope.
Morgan into Pope. That is stripped and taken away.
Yeah, really good hands there by Young to get the ball from Pope, and they're going to get Drennan ended up. His feet got tangled up under the bucket there with Willis.
Foul against Texas State's. And ULM's got possession down by 19. Last foul against Drennan, his second. Defense. Just like we saw in the first half for ULM, kind of a slow start to the second half for them here as well.
It is, and you know, for them, they needed to come out on fire, you know, just energized, being down 15 at half. They got to start carving into this lead sooner rather than later. And Texas State has sort of come out and taken the first blows.
Bolden shot blocks. Now Colty Young Sidestepping a three, airmails it. Here comes Texas State. Dawson drives, dishes to Pope, ricochets off his chest, out of bounds and back to ULM.
Nate Deere just rotated in for Texas State, giving Pope a little bit of a breather here, getting him in early. He played some solid minutes in the first half for the Bobcats.
Young to the go-po. Shot clock to 10. The go-po, runner rattles off, and Nate Deere the rebound for Texas State.
Yeah, great rebound there by Deere, holding off Makai Willis.
Trennan feeds it inside to Deere. Deere working against Nagopo. Back comes ULM. Castor pulls up and knocks it down.
Yeah, really nice move by Castor. Smart move for a freshman, not trying to go in there against Turner. He's got a little more size on him. Just pulled up for the nice 5-footer and walking away with 2 more points for the Warhawks.
ULM's first field goal of the half. 3 minutes gone by in the second. Tyro Morgan out to Dawson, lines up a three, knocks it down.
Yeah, really good patience there by Texas State on the shot selection. You saw Morgan with the ball on the block, didn't force the issue, waited to see Dawson coming off the top wide open for a three.
Bobcats not a team that typically shoots a lot of threes, but they've taken 18 to the game. They've made 7. Nagopo.
Really nice job there by Nate Deere, just walling up, getting his hands up, being big, not fouling Nagopo, and just making him try to hit a tough shot over the top.
Tyro Morgan's three. Got that one to go. Another three for the Bobcats. They're 8 tonight.
As you said earlier, Brian, it is raining threes right here in San Marcos.
A 23-point lead for the Bobcats. ULM has only made 1 3 tonight. Colty Young trying to change that. Can't connect. Found the rebound called against Texas State. That'll lead to a timeout on the floor. 15:43 to go in the second half. It's all Texas State on top of the Warhawks. 50-27. Back after this on ESPN+. Welcome back to San Marcos. All Bobcats on top of the Warhawks by 23. Texas State has been dealing with injuries all season long. In fact, not just this year, but the past several seasons. They've had their full allotment of players just once over the last 94 games.
It's just a crazy stat, Brent, you know, that Coach TJ has had to try to put pieces together for over the last 2.5 years with just it just seems like every game there's another guy out, and he's just having to figure out the lineup. And so, you know, the first 2 years that he won the league, they had the same lineup every game for 2 years, and that made a lot more consistency, and now he's having to make things work.
Tyro Morgan collects the rebound for the Bobcats. He's Colton Benson the other way, finds Morgan, puts up a three, shorts. The Gopo, the rebound for the Warhawks. The Bobcats last week, as the pull-up is good for Watson, got Mark Drone and Tyro Morgan back, but then they were without Colton Benson and Caden Gums, and Gums missing another game tonight.
Yeah, and again, they get a couple guys back, and they've unfortunately had other guys that have gotten injured or sick. And so, you know, hopefully as this season gets nearer to the tournament, Texas State may have the full allotment of guys available.
Mark Drone lines up a three of his own. And the rebound goes out of bounds and back to ULM. Bobcats arguing that the Warhawks touched it last, but this is going to stay with ULM. .14.5 to go, 21-point lead, Texas State. Bolden looking for the go-po, throws it away to Drone. Now Drone drives, dishes to Benson. Benson's three. No. Got his own miss. Another offensive rebound for the Bobcats, their 16th tonight.
A really good tip out there by Nate Deere outside to Benson. And again, like you said, Texas State is getting to have another offensive possession here.
Shot clock to 5. Drone drives. Finds Austin Green. Got to put it up. Won't do it in time. That is the third shot clock violation for the Bobcats tonight. And ULM, even though giving up an offensive rebound of that possession, defended it well.
They did. They played really good defense that possession. And Texas State sometimes, again, they do such a good job of sharing the basketball on the offensive end that on occasion they'll overshare and make one pass too many instead of just going and taking that shot.
Here's Watson. And Watson the step through, left it short. Austin Green the rebound. Up ahead to O'Gara, finds Tylen Pope. Pope all the way to the rack, lays it in.
Yeah, really nice push there by Texas State. And again, Pope gets rewarded for running the floor.
Pastor long three. Won't go. And Green collects the rebound for the Bobcats. Texas State out rebounding ULM 41-16. Benson pulls up, long three, no. Austin Green rips away the rebound, and he's fouled by Willis.
Yeah, really great effort there by Austin Green to get physical inside, take the ball away, and going to get himself to the free throw line.
And for Willis's first, that'll send Green to the foul line, the junior from Sicklerville, New Jersey. His first year of the program, transferring in from Pearl River Community College. Texas State as a team now a perfect 7 of 7 for the free throw line. For Green, his first point tonight. And this next one for a 25-point lead. It's been all Bobcats since the start of this game.
Definitely has. Texas State came out, as you mentioned, Brant, from the get-go, really being aggressive. That 15-1 start has just continued to go from there.
Tylen Pope the rebound. Warhawks at 19% shooting for the game, 7 of 36. Pope on a feed from Benson, crashes into Watson. And Watson will be called for the foul.
Been a good game for Coach Johnson in that he's got to play a lot of guys tonight. You look at those available on the bench, and everybody's gotten a little bit of time out there. It's getting to have a lot of the guys get to run up and down and sort of showcase some of the things they can do outside of practice in a game setting.
10 points so far for Tylen Pope, 5 rebounds. With a first-year transfer out of Nevada. And what a huge impact he's had this season on this Texas State program.
He's definitely had an impact. You know, we've mentioned before that he has definitely gave Texas State a definite inside presence. You know, and that's always critical. You know, when the teams I coach, Brant, you know, you want to be able to have a person inside you could throw the ball to and count on them to either get fouled or get to the free throw line or make the bucket. And Pope has definitely stepped up to the line and done that this season for Texas State. He's given them that inside that they can throw it in there and get points.
Bobcats at a 12-2 run over the last 4 minutes. They've opened up a 27-point lead, their largest. And Watson draws a foul for ULM.
Watson's going to get himself to the line, and he is really quick. He's got a great explosive first step, as you can see there. Warhawks are running sort of a horn set with 2 high. Big guys up high, setting screens and letting Watson determine whichever side he wanted to go off of. And if he gets a half a step on you, he can actually get on by you and get to the rim, and that's what he did.
Watson 8 points tonight, but on just 1 of 8 shooting. Makes both free throws.
See the Warhawks going back to that zone. They had some success with that in the first half against Texas State.
Here's Benson for 3. No. Misses that from the outside. Loose ball saved by O'Garo. Feeds to Drone. Drone drives, and he's fouled. Talked about the injury bug earlier. Mark Drone missed the first 15 games of the year due to a hip injury. Then he made his debut at Troy, put up 17 points in an overtime winner with the Trojans, followed that up with 30 against Southern Miss.
He made his presence known on that road trip, and then unfortunately was out then for more games, then has been able to come back. And when he's in the lineup, he definitely adds another dimension for the Cats.
A junior out of Jackson, Mississippi. Came to Texas State over the offseason from Southwest Mississippi Junior College. Splits a pair. 26-point game with 12 minutes to go in the second half. Here's Watson. Feeds it inside to Gopo. Shot was challenged but fouled. And ULM will march back to the free throw line when we return. 11:55 to go. Second half, all Bobcats on top of the Warhawks by 26 here on ESPN+.
First Tyrell Morgan.
Texas State, the top shooting team of the Sun Belt Conference across the board. Field goal percentage, free throw percentage, and three-point percentage. And tonight, they've drilled 8 threes as they built a 57, now 32 lead after the first made free throw from Nagopo. Bobcats are the 4th high-scoring team in the Sun Belts. And more than 75 points per game, big improvement from a year ago after they were dead last in the conference in scoring in the 23-24 year.
It's definitely a year has made a bunch of difference. Got guys that can really put the ball in the hole. The team as general just shares the ball much better. And again, great move there by Drone. It's good to see him be able to elevate and get inside like we've seen previously, especially on that road trip, as we noted, to Troy and to Southern Miss.
And for Drone, his first field goal tonight, Nagopo shot blocked by Basanti Sarugba. Drone. Drive, step through shot blocked by Watson. Each team trading rejections, and back comes ULM. Mekhi Willis lost it, taken away by Benson.
Yeah, great hands there by Benson to be able to pick the pocket there of Willis.
Benson a logo 3, won't go. And Willis collects the board for the Warhawks. Colty Young's 3, that one good. The Warhawks' second 3 of the game, both courtesy of Colty Young.
Yeah, he could really shoot it. Again, transfer from Jackson State, first year with the Warhawks, and he is their three-point assassin.
Mark Drone feeds it to Sarugba, out to Benson. Shot was contested there by Castor. And Castor draws a foul. Talked a lot about Texas State shooting moments ago, how well they shoot the basketball, but again, the way they play defense tonight has been really impressive.
Yeah, they've done a great job really slowing down this Warhawk team, making them have to really work on the offensive end. And, you look, Texas State's been able to rotate a variety of players in. The Warhawks just don't have that deep of a bench at this point.
Colty Young, another 3, got it. That's his 3rd. Young has 9. That'll cut the lead down to 20. Halfway through the second half. Here's Dawson with the shot clock down to 10. Finds Austin Green. Lost the basketball. Texas State with its 10th turnover of the night, and ULM gets it back.
That was a really good setup there by Dawson. Got Green the ball at the right time, and Green just couldn't handle it, just slipped off his hands.
ULM with a 6-0 run, trying to chip further away at the lead. Trailed by 15 at the half. They are 1-17 this year when trailing at halftime, but their lone win did come Saturday against Southern Miss. Colty Young, third in a row, buries another three, and the lead is down to 17.
Yeah, Young can shoot it. They've got to make sure they're not leaving him on rotations, but that goes back to that on-ball defense. Texas State's having to really scramble because they're letting the first guy get by him and having to deal with a rotation, and that's opening up Young on the backside.
Here's Christian Turner. And a foul called here against ULM. Take a look at the last foul here against the Warhawks. They get Tyrese Watson for holding against Tyrone Morgan. Now Morgan, step back jumper, short. Rebound Tylen Pope. Pope attacks and scores.
Yeah, great move there by Pope. Great tip by Turner. And then Pope goes up against DeJoux, who is a interior player, big guy, and does a nice job with the loft above him to get the bucket.
That's a big stat there. Second chance points. Bobcats with 15 tonight. Watson the reverse. That's good. And the lead again down to 17. ULM showing some fight after falling behind by 27.
And we mentioned, coming out of halftime down 15, you had hoped that they would come out a little more fierce, and then now they've turned it on about halfway through the second half. We'll see if it's too little, too late. Great move down there. Good cut by Christian Turner, getting the easy bucket for the Cats.
Scored off the backdoor play. 63-44 Texas State. There's Watson on the switch, picked up by Tyrone Morgan. Shot clock down to 10. Watson had the ball stripped. Stays for the Warhawks with 8 seconds left of the shot clock and a timeout on the floor. 7:59 to go in the second half. Texas State 63, ULM 44. You're watching Sunbelt Conference basketball on ESPN+. 63-44, Texas State on top. Colty Young, 12 points for the Warhawks on 4 made threes. Tyrone Morgan, 15 points for Texas State to lead the way. And the Bobcats have led the entire way so far tonight. They opened the game with a 15-1 run and haven't looked back since. They led by as many as 27. ULM moments ago got the lead cut down to 17 on Young's barrage of three-pointers. So ULM still trying to crawl out of the hole, but a big mountain to climb, not a lot of time left.
Yeah, it is. Again, as you mentioned, getting behind by that significant of an amount, it's going to be difficult, even with a little less than 8 minutes left in the ball game, to dig out of that hole.
Makai Willis, the foul shooter here for ULM, made the first. 7 points, 7 boards so far tonight. Good on both, and ULM has again cut that lead down to 17. There's Drew Drennan. Now Christian Turner pulls up from the mid-range and then knocks it down.
We talked earlier about the injuries with Texas State, and Christian Turner was one of those that went out in the mid-year for multiple games and is able to come back, and he is such a glue guy for the Cats. Could do a little bit of everything, sort of like they used to say, a Swiss Army knife. He has assists, he can rebound, he can guard, he can finish around the bucket, just does a lot of things that a lot of folks may go unnoticed.
Tyrone Morgan out to Pope. Now Dawson lines up a long three, short. Willis the rebound for the Warhawks. 7 minutes to go in a 19-point game. And a reaching foul will be called here against Texas State. look back at this last call.
Yeah, so Drennan got an extra hand in there and got a little too much of Watson's arm. Going to put him on the line, and so Texas State's got to be cautious now. The clock is their friend. They want that thing to keep running, and every time now they foul, no matter where it's at, it's going to be to the line for the Warhawks.
Today's game, the first of a 4-game season-closing homestand for the Bobcats. They'll face South Alabama this Saturday, the next week, taking on Troy and JMU next Tuesday and Friday. 7-3 at home so far this season. ULM, meanwhile, will continue its road trip at Arkansas State as Christian Turner scores again. Turner has 13 to go along with 9 rebounds. Makai Willis against Turner, trying to back him down, goes off the glass and scores.
A good move by Makai Willis. Turner did a good job defensively there against him, standing in front of him, getting his chest in front of his torso. But Willis, man, he is tough, physical, strong. Again, got his momentum going to the bucket, was able to finish it.
Talked about Texas State's homestand. How big is that to build momentum ahead of the tournament coming up in a couple of weeks?
It's big time. Texas State trying to deal with all the adversity this year with all the different injuries. And, getting to have 4 games in a row at home. Hopefully get a win streak going. Again, getting that big old momentum behind you going into Sun Belt tournament.
Turner scores again. Tied with the team lead with 15 points on 7 of 10 shooting now. 5.5 to go. Makai Willis pulls up. Won't go. Tyler Pope, the rebound for Texas State. Bobcats 5 minutes and change away from sweep of the season series from ULM for a 2nd straight year.
And one of the things tonight that's been impressive about...
Oh, and a nice pass into Tyler Pope with a dish from Christian Turner.
Unbelievable pass, Brent, like you said, from Turner. Started off the game with 2 of those top-down passes to Pope, and just another one there's another assist in the tally column for Christian Turner. That's 5 tonight, 5 assists.
Colty Young, another 3, 5th tonight. Been a big bright spot for the Warhawks this evening.
Yeah, he is one that can really shoot it. Had a little bit miscommunication on that coverage. Tyrell Morgan went under the screen. You can't go under the screen on Colty Young. He'll make you pay.
19-point lead. Dylan Dawson fakes a 3. Drennan will take a 3. And the rebound to Makai Willis. Here's Castor, out to Young, fires up another one, in and out.
Look out there with Drew Drennan just getting everything sort of organized and orchestrated for the Cats, and then, CT gets a good look at it there, just doesn't fall for him.
Castor lays it in for ULM. Warhawks are going to cut this lead out of 17. And the Bobcats call for time. And the timeout comes with 3:38 to go in the second half. Texas State 71, ULM 54 here on ESPN+.
Yeah, it'll be fun. It's always, Pensacola's a fun town for the tournament to be in. All 14 teams, both men and women, head down there. And again, it's a fun week for fans to come out and enjoy some great Sun Belt basketball for both the men and women.
I should say 14 games in 7 days, but if you're in the bottom 4, which ULM is in right now, you would have to win 7 games in 7 days. Austin Green, the turnaround. And the rebound collected by Diju. Again, if you're not in the top 4, it's going to be really tough to win a tournament championship at Pensacola. Castor pull up 3. That'll cut the lead out of 14. ULM not going away yet.
They are not. And Castor, again, he had a solid game against Texas State a week ago. hit 11 points on him there. And that was a big three by him.
Basanti Sarugba. Now to Austin Green. Sarugba gets it back. Dean Green playing a little two-man game. Loose ball. Knocked up into the air. Saved by O'Gara. Dawson steps into a three. And a loose ball finally grabbed by Makai Willis. Up ahead to Diju. Touch pass to Colty Young. Lines it up. Hits another one. 6-3 tonight.
Down to 11 points. Colty Young, man, he is just stroking it tonight, especially the second half. He has just been filling it up from deep.
11-0 run for the Warhawks. Coming up with 2 minutes to go. O'Gara answer three is good. And that may have been the dagger for Texas State as Young can't score inside.
That sort of stopped the momentum, definitely. You know, Young had hit multiple threes and continued to cut into that Texas State lead, and the big three by O'Gara puts it back up to 14 here with about a minute and a half left in the game.
Here's Drennan, his three-pointer. Offensive putback, Austin Green, no. O'Gara the board. And a foul call with a minute 26 to go.
A lot of contact under the bucket there. It looked like Basanti Sarugba was going for the rebound and had some contact there, but no called.
Timeout on the floor. Minute 26 to go. Texas State on its way to a season series sweep over the Warhawks. We're back after this from Strand Arena. Taking a look at the upcoming broadcast schedule. Another doubleheader of basketball for you on Saturday. Texas State's women coming off a win over Louisiana earlier tonight. Taking on Southern Miss on Saturday. Texas State's men a rematch against South Alabama after the two went to overtime last week in Mobile. And then the first of a doubleheader on Sunday of softball as Texas State takes on Southern Illinois, followed by a game against Kansas in San Marcos.
Going to keep you busy, Brant.
O'Gara makes both free throws. 9 points for O'Gara tonight off the bench to go along with 6 rebounds. For the Bobcats, a solid start to finish win here tonight. Ball knocked away, taken away by Benson. Up ahead to O'Gara. That's his third flush of the game.
Yeah, great defense. Good job by Colton Benson getting his hand on the ball and being able to pitch ahead to O'Gara.
Under a minute to go. Colty Young looking for his 7th-3 tonight. 18 points for Young. One of the lone bright spots for ULM this evening. Driving in for a dunk is Jalen Jones. The Little U's junior out of Charlotte, North Carolina, getting in on the act. Three-pointer good for Castor. Makes it 80-63.
Texas State's just going to dribble it out here. Won't see any more shots from the Cats tonight. And again, big win for Texas State, rebounding after that loss from at South Alabama on Saturday, overtime loss, and trying to get a little momentum going into the tournament.
This good for Texas State's second win over the past 3 games, and that's going to do it. The Bobcats win it 80-63 over the Warhawks, and they